Hello, Gentle Explainer here. Today I am going to gently explain a horror sci-fi movie called The Human Centipede. In the beginning of the movie, we see Dr. Hyder sitting in his car and looking at a picture. In that picture, 3 dogs are standing one behind the other. Then a truck comes and stops there. The driver of the truck goes towards the bushes on the side of the road and starts feeling light. After this, Dr. Hyder takes out a rifle from his car and shoots him unconscious. Then we see 2 girls, one of whom was named Jenny and the other was named Lindsay. Both of these girls were from New York who had come to Germany for a tour. Now, both of them had to go to a club for a party, although both of them used to travel often, but they did not know much about Germany. Then both of them take their credit card and leave in a rental car for the party, but they did not know the location properly. So they go very far through the forest and lose their way. Now, as soon as they take a U-turn to change the route, then the tire of their car gets punctured, due to which both of them get very scared. Now, both of them did not know how to change the tire of the car, so they try to call the mechanic, but there is no network signal in this forest. Now, they do not see anyone far and wide in the forest, due to which they decide that they should stay inside the car. Then a car passes by on that road, seeing which both of them try to take help from him. There is an old man sitting in that car who behaves very strangely on seeing both of them alone in the car, due to which both of them get scared and lock the car from inside. Then that old man takes his car and leaves from there. After this, both of them start looking for a house nearby so that they can go there and take help. Now, it was quite late in the night, and both of them go towards a forest to take help. Now, after going a little further, they see light coming from a house. So both of them start going towards that house. But then it starts raining heavily, due to which both of them get very wet before reaching that house. Then when they knock on the door of that house, Dr. Hyder comes out of that house. Both of them tell Dr. Hyder about their problem and say that we have to call a car mechanic. On hearing this, Dr. Hyder first looks at them strangely and then calls them inside. Dr. Hyder asks them if they are tourists. On this, they tell him that we are residents of New York City who have come here for a tour. After this, both of them ask Hyder to call the mechanic, but Hyder ignores their conversation and asks them a question whether both of you are related to each other. On this, they tell him that no, we both are good friends. Then when Hyder asks them about drinking, they tell him normal. She asks for water, so Hyder goes to the kitchen to get water. Then Hyder pretends to make a call, listening to which they think that Hyder is calling the mechanic. Then Hyder mixes drugs in the water and gives it to both of them to drink. Then Linda drinks it, but Jenny drops the glass of water, seeing which Hyder gets very angry at her and goes to the basement to get a towel to clean the water. In the basement, Hyder fills an injection. On the other hand, Linda tells Jenny that I am feeling strangely tired. From this, we come to know that Lindsay is getting affected by the drugs. Now, Jenny gets very scared seeing Lindsay's condition and asks Hyder to call again. But this time, also Hyder ignores her. Then Hyder injects that injection in Jenny's neck, due to which Jenny faints on the spot. Then Hyder starts having his breakfast. Then Jenny and Lindsay regain consciousness and find themselves in Hyder's lab, where Hyder has tied their hands and legs to the bed. Then they see another man there who is the same truck driver whom Hyder had shot with a gun and made unconscious. Then Hyder comes there and tells the truck driver that now it is time for you to die. Saying this, Hyder injects a poison-filled injection in his body, due to which the truck driver dies in agony. Then Hyder takes the dead body of that driver to his garden and buries it. After this, we see that Hyder makes a Japanese man unconscious with his anesthesia injection and brings him to his house. Then Hyder takes him to his lab and introduces himself to all of them, that he is a retired surgeon, and also tells them how he used to kill these 3. He is going to join them together, in which first of all he will break the ligaments of their knees, so that these people are not able to stand on their feet. After this, he will join the backside of the first person with the mouth of the second person, and then join the backside of the second person with the third person, and join them together, so that when the first person eats food, his waste material goes from the body of the second person to the mouth of the third person, as explained to us in the diagram. Now, all three are very surprised to hear this, because that doctor is going to do a very dirty experiment with them. Well, first of all, the hater selects that Japanese man, in which he gives her an injection of anesthesia. Seeing this, Jenny starts screaming loudly, but there was no one to help her. Now Hyder goes to Jenny and tries to inject her with an injection of anesthesia. Then Lynn opens the ropes with the help of her teeth and starts running from there. But there was a needle in her hand, due to which the skin of her teeth gets cut and she starts bleeding a lot. But she somehow goes to a room and locks its door. Then Hyder comes there and breaks the window of that room. Seeing this, Lynn starts running from there. Then Lynn jumps into the swimming pool. Hyder also comes there searching for her, who takes Lindsay at gunpoint, but Lindsay starts going under the pool. Meanwhile, all the lights there go off, taking advantage of which Lindsay starts running from there. While running from Lynn, she goes to Jenny. When she reaches there, Jenny was unconscious. Lindsay starts dragging her out. Then Hyder attacks Jenny from behind and knocks her unconscious. After this, Hyder takes both of them to his lab again and starts their operation. First, he removes their penises and then he takes out the jaws of Lindsay and Jenny. After this, he marks their backside with a marker and joins them together after a long surgery. Then Hyder gets the broken glass of his house fixed. Now we see that the human centipede made by Hyder is finally complete. The wounds of all three are still not healed properly, but Hyder tries to force them to stand. In the front is a Japanese man, behind him is Lindsay, and in the last is Jenny. But Hyder forces them to stand and starts taking their photos. Then he gets them to stand. He shows all three of them in the mirror, in which they start crying after seeing their condition. Then Hyder locks them in a cage and treats them like animals. This goes on for many days, where Hyder feeds a Japanese man like a dog. Then the Japanese man gets a chance and bites Hyder's leg, due to which Hyder beats him badly in anger and says that if you try to do this again, I will kill you badly. After this, Hyder takes them to the ground and treats them badly. Then the Japanese man has to go to the bathroom fast, due to which he starts releasing his waste. Then that waste goes into Lindsay's mouth, and Lindsay is forced to swallow it. This is a very disgusting scene of this movie. Now, one day, Hyder checks them up, in which he finds out that the Japanese man is fine, but Lindsay has constipation, because Lindsay was not able to digest the waste material of that man, while Jenny had become very weak. That's why Hyder plans to replace Jenny with another man. Then someone knocks on Hyder's door. Hyder opens the door and sees two police officers who had come here searching for Lindsay and Jenny because their car was at some distance from Hyder's house. Now Hyder tells them that he is a doctor who is very busy in his work, due to which he does not get time to go out. That's why he does not know about anyone. Then Hyder asks the officers for water, but those officers ask him for coffee. But Hyder tells them that I will only get water, so you drink water before going. Saying this, Hyder goes to the kitchen to get water and brings it to them after mixing drugs in the water. Now one of the officers drinks the water, but the other officer does not drink the water. Hyder forcibly gives her water, which causes the glass to fall down. Then Hyder goes inside using the excuse of towel, where he comes back with his unconscious injection. But then the officer sees his injections, to which Hyder gives his explanation, saying that I give these injections to myself because I have diabetes. Hearing this, both the officers leave from there. Now Hyder goes to his lab. While he doesn't see the human centipede, the Japanese man attacks the Hatter with a knife and bites him on the neck and starts walking away. After this, all three of them start going up. These three could not go up, but somehow they try to go up, due to which bleeding starts from their surgery area, but somehow they come up. Hyder also gets up and starts chasing them. Meanwhile, the Japanese man reaches the same room whose glass was broken, because they do not know that Hyder has changed the glass. After this, the Japanese man tries to break the glass. Then Hyder comes in front of him. Seeing him, the Japanese man takes a glass and cuts his throat, due to which he dies on the spot. Then both the police officers also come there, but they do not see anyone there. So both of them go to Hyder's lab, but there was no one there either. Then one of the police officers starts getting intoxicated by the drugs, while the other officer goes to another room searching for Hyder, where he finds these three. The officer gets very scared after seeing the people who have now become human centipedes and goes out to search for his partner. Then he sees in the swimming pool that his partner has been killed by Hyder. Then Hyder shoots him too, but before dying, the officer shoots and kills Hyder too. Here Jenny also dies while Lindsay is still alive, and with this the first part of this movie ends here. I hope you liked this Movie Explained video. If you want to see more similar Movie Explained videos, then you can watch this video by clicking here.